Whoa.
I love that.
Yeah.
3
Nothing
minutes
like
of just getting
a
pumped.
new intro, a new song. It's good. Yeah, it's
Good
great.
stuff.
Great sound selection
Welcome.
there.
Welcome, everybody. It is Friday. It's noon here in Mountain Time, so that means it is time for SketchUp Live. This is gonna be a fun one. I'm excited about this. We were just talking before, Justin and I, and I'm Aaron. He's Justin.
Yep. Yeah,
We did
that's
the
what we were
intros.
talking about, actually. We were just establishing that.
According to my screen, let me read this over here. But we were just talking about how we post in the forum that we're doing these live streams and how this has been one of the most engaged posts that we've seen. Like, you guys apparently like Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of Nakatomi Plaza and also the age-old debate about whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie, which we will get into today. But not yet. We can't start there.
Okay. We'll work up to that.
Yeah, we'll work up to that. We're going to get into a little bit of modeling, and then, when Aaron is stuck on something, that's when we'll really dive into it.
All right. I had some strong feelings, but I'll reserve them till after we get till it's appropriate time.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, it's a lovely Friday here. It's very dry and not snowy in Colorado. It seems like from the chat that in the UK it is also uncharacteristically dry, so that is awesome. I'm happy everybody's staying dry. But as always, thank you for joining us on your Friday, spending some time with us. I think this is going to be a great stream. Do we have any announcements? Maybe
I don't think so.
Oh, we don't.
I mean, next week, we got next week coming up. That's we don't have to announce that. Next week's always going to happen. But next week on our show, we got a guest, so that's going to be fun. Yep. We're going to end it. We're going to end it with an all-star cast here on SketchUp Live. And just something to note, the next one will be the last one for the year. We'll be back again on, I believe, the 8th.
That's right.
That's right. The first full week of 2026, we'll be back here on that Friday.
Actually, I think it's even later. I think that the first week starts on the 5th, so I think we'll be back on the 9th. Wow.
Okay.
It's going to be a while until you see us again.
Just got an extra day of vacation right there.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, what do you think? Should we dive in?
Let's hit it. Let's do this thing.
All right.
All right, so I got a couple of images we're using. I'm using the visualization template right now because love me some photoreal materials and shadows and AO and all that stuff as we model. So it's going to be good. I may turn the shadows off. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes shadows, especially as you're modeling, do slow the model down. They're not part of the work that went into the 2025-26 release, which was the new visualization. Shadows aren't part of that yet. But at some point, that'll be part of it.
Some point soon. Plus, I mean, if you're modeling a giant skyscraper, that shadow is going to be long. It's going to be very big.
Yeah, significant amount. All right. So this is the building we're doing. It is the Ford. What's the real name of it?
The
Ford building.
The Fox Plaza.
Fox
in Los Angeles.
I knew it was an F word. So we're going to start with this. And this is the building that played the part of Nakatomi Plaza in Die Hard, of course. And it is a very cool, unique building. So if we look down here at the bottom, we have kind of like these little cut-ins for these little pieces that shoot out at 45 degrees, kind of like an 8-pointed star. And then as you go up, every few layers, the shape changes a little bit. We have this big long run up here, and then we just... even more changing. It's just cool. It's like it transforms on the way up. So we're going to get this in here. If you go up, it's kind of hard to actually, let me back up a second. It is hard when you go on the web to differentiate Nakatomi Plaza, which is a pretend location that was represented by Fox Plaza, which is a real location. So, there's, people made resources for how Nakatomi is laid out, how it works, and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't necessarily jive with the real building. So it's great for me because if I have blurry facts, then I get to make stuff up, and that is exactly where we're going to spend the next hour and a half.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And again, as we were saying, we're really, really honored and impressed by the amount of engagement on the forum thread. We really love that everybody threw in some great floor plans, really helped us out there. And so, yeah, I'm curious how you're going to approach this. Are you going to start with a floor plan to kind of get the basic, perimeter of the building and then build upwards, or what's your thought process?
so I think I'm going to start at the middle and
Mm,
build both directions. So here's the
wow.
thing. So there's plenty of these. Some of these, again, I don't know. I do know that some of the floors and office space on here have been, up for rent or for sale in the past. So there's actual pictures and real floor plans of what the offices look like on the inside. I'm not going to model the offices. We'll just be super straightforward with this. Somebody on the forum asked, like, "Are you going to model out the interior?" No, no, we're not. Not even a little
No.
bit.
Yeah, that's a different stream. We will not be modeling the place where the Christmas party takes place in the movie. So
No,
not
that
today.
exists. There's a floor plan of what that floor. I don't know if that floor was really in the building or if that was a sound stage or if that was some other building offsite, but there is what that supposedly looks like if you look on the web long enough.
Yeah.
I did grab this. Somebody posted this, and I apologize. I didn't even look who it was, um, but this is nice because this is a good representative of what these main floors look like. And by main floors, I mean from here, which is what do we got? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 up or something like that, to about here. Those are all the
Mhm.
same. And then from
Nice.
there up, this part starts to kind of come back.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
of all of the different the ways that you could have started this model, I feel like starting from the middle is not what I would have thought you would have said. So I'm very curious to see how this goes.
If you're not on your toes, I didn't do it right. That's what I believe.
That's right.
Um, keep them
But
guessing.
but yeah, shout out to Alan4 on the forum for supplying us with all these awesome architectural floor plans. Yeah, they're super helpful. And I do have a couple dimensions here for you when the time is right,
Awesome.
to kind of help give this an appropriate scale.
Awesome. Cool. So the way I'm looking at this, just to share this out, I want to make most of these into components. So if I have multiple floors, I don't have to make them more than once. So for these floors in here, from about here down to here, that'll be one component. We'll do it once. Actually, will be one copy of 4 components in a component. I'm going to build 1/4. So basically, this section right here once, copy it 4 times around, and then we'll go from there. Because I've learned. I've built symmetric things many times. I've been halfway through the model, and somebody goes, "Wouldn't it be easier to model in half?" The answer is usually yes, but a lot of times I'm too committed at this point. So we're not doing that. Below these floors, I have a section of floors right here. Looks like maybe it's 2 floors right there that are very similar in layout, but rather than cutting in right here, they just come out on the corners. You can see that right here. That's this section. And then from here down, these, I don't know, I can't tell if these are 2 or 4 floors or if they have a big vestibule floor and then smaller ones, but you can see that changes a little bit because this actually cuts in right there on the side. So I'll have 1, 2, 3 components. This section's gonna be a little weird, so I'm gonna skip that. Up here I'll have 4, 5, my 5th component. This section right from here to here, I'll probably end up grabbing one of these components, copying it multiple times, making that a single piece, and then coming in and making these cuts back. So that's my thought right now. I want to try to do as much of this as I possibly can with photoreal materials on too, because I don't want to. My plan is not to model each of these windows. It's going to be very similar to what we did with the Air Force Academy building, where I want to try to use materials for a lot of that stuff. So we'll see how that goes. This is all theory right now.
Yeah, we're doing it live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed already that you're thinking about this so rationally and doing so much pre-planning. It's
Just surprised I'm being rational. I'll
It's
take that. I'll own that. That's cool.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, let's see. A couple fun facts as you are getting going here. So, did you know, Aaron, that Frank Sinatra was originally supposed to be the lead actor?
Hmm. Seems like that would end up in a broken hip or something. Glad we didn't pursue that. Was this originally supposed to be made like further back than when it was? Because I feel like Frank
Uh,
Sinatra's. It's been a while since he's been spry.
yeah, yeah. Well, he was. It says he was 73 at the time, and he, had to turn it down. But hey, I mean, Bruce Willis's performance is iconic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the time, he got paid $5 million for the movie, which was unheard of for a non-A-list actor. So
That was kind of the role that pushed him up into the Willis
yeah,
alongside Stallone and Schwarzenegger and all that. Because I think before that it was kind of like, isn't he the guy from Moonlighting? Did he do the
hmm
Seagram's commercials? Like, yeah, he was in a different tier. Yes, yes, that's a
yeah,
great way to put
and also Alan Rickman's film debut, which
it.
is
Ooh,
a fun fact too. Yeah, we were joking before the stream that some people on the forum were saying that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and that any movie with Alan Rickman in it is therefore a Christmas movie. And that's a good take, honestly. I don't think I can argue with that.
makes all the well. I guess most of the Harry Potter movies they show the holidays in there. They show like candles and presents and stuff. So maybe so.
Yeah.
Um, real quick, type. I'm gonna call this type 3. Um, I'm actually gonna do an eighth of this because I just realized as I started tracing this that each facade is 2 halves. So I'll take this piece and then we will mirror it right here, and then I'll take those 2 pieces and we'll rotate them. Option 3 times, and then that will be a floor. Grab that, make that into component, and I will make this level type 3. I generally, let me just throw this out there. I a lot of times start with this really cool idea for naming practices, like, oh, this is going to be make it so much easier because I'm going to have this great name in there. And then I would say 9 out of 10 times, this is going to be called type 3. This one will be type 2. This will be type 1. This one will be roof. And then this will be the part above the roof with the helicopter where John McClane jumps off of. And that's where my naming, I try to be better, but it's still not, it's not rock solid. So
Yeah. That's okay.
just let you guys know. That's my plan. My plan is to fail in that particular way. All right. So I'm gonna do some counting real quick. This is always a fun part of a live stream. But if I go look here, this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Looks like 19 floors before this starts going up. So I'm going to take this, option copy it here, 18x. Remember, when you're making copies, that's how many copies, not the total count. So you always do one less if you're copying one thing. All right. Looking good. We got the bulk of the building pretty much done.
Yeah,
My
basically
question
halfway
now
there.
is like, does that look, I just kind of arbitrary pulled up based on the scale. But does that look like the right size? I think what'll help here is putting in windows. So here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I was to come in here, right? If I was to, okay, so I'm assuming that, see these 2 little brick courses of brick? That's the right term, right?
I think so.
Course of brick? A gaggle? A gaggle. This gaggle of brick and this gaggle of brick. I assume a floor goes from here to here.
Mm.
Like that is
Yeah.
a floor.
Because if you're on the floor, you want the windows to kind of be in
Right,
the
be in the middle.
in the
Right.
middle.
And if you remember, I put that inside of a component.
Oh, the power of components.
Boom. All right, we should probably go in and get rid of that. That's okay. But if you remember in the movie too, they don't have like this. The interior glass, shoot the glass. That glass is like the entire partitions are floor to ceiling, but the outside ones there is a ledge and a drop down ceiling. So, having said that, if I come in and look at this, I'm going to take this edge. I'm going to divide it into 3 even parts just to test. I'm going to see if this is going to work. This might not work. Maybe dooming myself, ruining absolutely everything. It is possible. All right, so if we do that, again, so if I come in here, let's get out of our group altogether. Okay, thank you. If I come in here and I draw an edge from here to here, if I pick on it and divide, take that into 3 pieces, that's not too far off.
Yeah.
So there's my 1 break, there's my 2nd break. Okay, I'm gonna go with that right now. And again, this could be adjusted. I'd have to adjust it once. So then this was then, I had 9 windows on this face. So if I take this, divide this, we'll go into 9. All right, and then that would look something like, I'm not going to draw each line. I'm just doing that one first partition. Then I can just option copy this over here, and I can say 8x. And there we go. There we break it. So
Nice.
now if I look at that, not bad.
Yeah. It looks pretty good.
I would say that I do think the windows, because when you look at this, it almost looks like it's 1-to-1. So here's the window height. If I take that and copy it, it's not quite, but the windows make up more than 1/3. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get rid of that because that was a silly thing to do. I'm going to take this facade right here. I'm going to scale it about the middle to about approximately exactly that much. There we go. That's what I'm going to work with. I like it. Okay. I'm going to continue this along. So I'm going to come back into this component. We're just going to run this like this. I'm going to parallel to this top piece like that. To there. Nice. Here.
Donovan, aka Geek Daddy DIY, says 15 minutes in, already looks like he's modeled the whole thing.
Yep. Fake it good.
That's right.
So we've got 3 windows on this one. So I'll take this, divide it by 3, and then we'll break that. And again, this geometry is not going to be my final geometry. My final geometry is going to depend much more on the materials. On this inside, we have another 3 windows. So I'll come back here, to here, here, to here, and then same thing. Whoops, I didn't do that in context. I was wondering why I wasn't showing up over here. It should show up here too, because this is a copy of that same component. So this should show up there. We go. And that also looks like it had 3, so it's the same thing. Select this, divide that into 3, and then there we go. All right. So again, that right there is just preliminary geometry. If we were to look at that without edges or something like that, it would look like just one big white mass because there's no relief in here, there's no materials or anything like that. So I think knowing that I might have to adjust something at some point in here, I'm not going to go any further with it than this. If I do get the rest of these levels on here and this looks like it's way out of whack, way the wrong size, then I'll come back in and fix that up.
Yeah, you don't want to dive in and immediately start push-pulling and applying textures just yet. That'll come,
right,
but not yet.
Right. It would be cool to get in here and get the reflective materials on here and see it shine in the sun. But if I end up finding out that I have to squash that and then I have to go redo my texture I make afterwards, I don't want to do that. Don't want it. All right. So what I think happens down here, it looks like we got a little balcony type thing right here. So this bottom one, this guy right here, I'm going to make this unique. And then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to select all of these. I want this to change to all of them. Select all of them together. So make unique seems like it's a thing you can only run on one, right? Because that's what unique is. So right now, let me back up a step. If I grab this one right here, in fact, any of these, it's going to tell me that's level type 3. But if I grab this one, it's going to say it's level type 3, 1. And I'll change that one too. This is going to be a test in my ability to actually do all the things I'm saying I'm going to do, because I don't know if I'm going to doing good definition names.
Yeah.
But if I come in here, this is still that original eighth of the building. So what I need to do is I need to grab all of these, all 8 of those pieces, highlight them all together, right click, and say make unique. When you have more than one component selected and you hit make unique, all of those copies become that new unique copy. So watch, when I say make unique, and I pick on one of these, it says that's number 1. This one's also number 1.
Nice. So, that's a good hack. This kind of throws me off sometimes when we're modeling with an environment on, but Kegi asks if those are reversed faces or the shadow.
Oh, that's the shadow. That's our light. See, these sides are dark. These sides are bright. I know that one in particular looked very, very blue, but we are looking at the outside right now. Good question.
And let's see, Randor 10 is already coming in with a little bit of heat for this age-old debate. Interesting that Die Hard was a Christmas classic, even though it was released on July 15th. Yeah, I don't know. Is now the time we're going to get into it, or a little bit later?
I don't think you can put this off for very long. I mean, I really, yeah, I don't think you can delay it a little bit, Justin. But it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah, it's a tidal wave.
All right, so I'm going to call that's my lowest floor right there. Actually, I'm going to come in here and do one more thing, because I'm going to grab my eraser and shift. Whoops, too much. Come into context. There we go. Now I'm going to shift erase these edges so I get a nice clean look like that. All right, now we're going to keep going. All right, so I'm going to grab all of these layers real quick. I'm going to put them into a group. And that, just because I don't want to have to, I don't want to miss and accidentally not move one or something like that. So I'm going to scoot that up like that. And now we'll work our way down with a couple of floors here.
Good call. You also have your first reminder to save. Sorry.
I did, and I apologize. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I gotta say, so I mean, I go back and forth, because if somebody asks me what's my favorite Christmas movie, I definitely have to consider this to be one of them. Scrooged is another one. Really like Scrooged, but I know a lot of people go off on that. It's not really a Christmas movie, or Bruce Willis said it wasn't a Christmas movie, or whatever your thing is. And I get it, but at the same time, yeah, it is. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, picking a favorite Christmas movie is obviously tough. I feel like the answer is like whatever you like, your family grew up religiously watching around the holidays. And in my case, it was the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I've seen probably 100 times now. I could quote the whole movie, but
absolutely, I'm with you on that also.
But as for Die Hard, I mean, let's get into it, and I'm curious in the chat here what you guys think. But I mean, some reasons for. Let's do some reasons for, and then let's talk about.
I love that Justin came in with the pros and cons list. He's ready for this. He's like, all right, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so first and foremost, the setting of the movie is on Christmas Eve. That cannot be ignored.
That's absolutely true.
There is also a lot of Christmas music in the movie. Like the Let It Snow is over the closing credits. Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis is used throughout the movie. John's wife's name is Holly.
Oh, there's one I'd never even connected. Never even thought about that one. It's true. It's still true.
McClane sends a dead terrorist body down the elevator wearing a Santa hat with a message that reads, "Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho."
Oh, ho,
I mean,
ho.
come on, guys. Come on. But
this is a compelling argument.
But it's important to think about the reasons why it might not be a Christmas movie. First and foremost, it's an action thriller movie. It's a shoot 'em up. It's not, the Scrooge learning life lessons and coming back as a better person. Like we are, dealing with some like terrorists here.
Valid point.
I mean,
but I'm trying to think of another Christmas movie where nobody learns anything and ends up with a pile of corpses, and I really can't think of that.
Yeah. I mean, even, like an edgier movie like Bad Santa, I mean, there's not a pile of corpses.
That's true. You could make that argument for maybe Nightmare Before Christmas, but those corpses were there before Christmas too. So.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Donovan says Die Hard should have taken place during a New Year's Eve party, and it would have been the exact same movie.
Well, would it really?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But then Patrick O'Brien says it's snowing at the end of the film, and there's a Christmas tree on the party floor, so it must be Christmas.
I guess what we have here is a case of setting versus plot, right? So is the fact that it's Christmas key to the plot? That's what a lot of people would say, right? Like, okay, it could have happened at New Year's. It could have, but the fact that the terrorists intentionally broke in during the Christmas party means it had to happen at Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, if there was a new Mission Impossible that would come out and it happened to be snowing and there happened to be like a decorated tree in the movie, would that be a Christmas movie? And I wonder how much of this was like, debated after the fact when this movie came out and how much of it was intentional marketing, because here we are, however many years later, and we're still talking about it.
Yep.
Because let's see, it came out in 1988.
Yeah, I wasn't even old enough to see it when it came out.
Yeah, I think I remember watching this as a kid when I was like, 8 or 9 and being like, wow, this is what the real world is like. This is, I want to be a kid for reality. A little bit longer.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is hotly contested. Like, this is not something we're just coming up with to talk about. This is a deal that, this has been debated for many, many years.
Yeah. And I think the thing that keeps the debate alive is that there is no correct answer. I think that, there's room for everybody's interpretation. And, like my brother is adamant that it's a Christmas movie. I personally don't really think it's a Christmas movie. And so it's just, you can't win.
I think that's the problem is there's no winning this argument. I guess if the original writer was to come back and have an opinion, would that matter? I kind of wonder, like, I don't know. I don't know if that would matter or not.
Yeah, well, luckily we got Bruce Willis on the phone with us. Bruce, what do you? No, just kidding. But Aaron, the thing that always blows my mind is that you're able to so casually model while we're having a completely different discussion about something, unrelated, and you're in a flow state. There's no stopping you.
It's again just practice. I just been doing this for longer than I want to admit, and it just happens. It rolls, baby.
Eric Sargent with a very good take here.
Uh-oh.
Christmas was not essential to the plot, but it was the inciting incident. John wouldn't have come from New York to LA if not for seeing family over holidays.
So true. So true.
It's true.
Oh, this is hard. It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's really weighing on us. You can. I'm getting. I'm feeling it. Just the stress.
So I got down here. So basically where I'm at right now is I got this piece right here, which is this piece right here. And then I come down with some glass here, and the glass changes on these other levels, right? So we're definitely seeing some difference here. So we'll have to come back through here and straighten this up. But what the big difference is, here I have like a course of bricks, then I have a larger, higher, taller window, and then basically below there, it's flipped the other direction. See that? So I'm thinking that's exactly what I'll do is I'll take this floor right here, modify it, then I'll flip it vertically and do this. Since we're only doing the outside, so I'm not really worried about having that inside piece. So I'm going to grab this and slide it out of the way. And I'm going to come into this, which was my level, or my type 2. I'm going to delete that. And then let's take a look at this. I think this might be as simple as grabbing this line right here and just dropping it down further and then detailing the window out with materials like I was talking about before. So if we do this, not quite to the bottom, but something more like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, and then we'll take this, back up one more. Here we go, and then we'll mirror that. So does that get us closer to, yeah, there's that look there. The windows too are very different, so rather than, it's not even 2 to 1, so it is very different looking. I'm going to leave the window lines there now, but when we come back in detail, we'll clean that up. All right, and then I'll take this back up to here, and the same kind of thing happens here. You'll notice that this is this level right here. We got the exact same thing happening. So I can mimic that same thing. All I really need is this dimension right here, right? So what is that? That's about 1.5. If I ever want an exact dimension for, I'm good at this because I do a whole lot of this, I don't want to call it nonsensical modeling, more 3D
Non-rational.
sculpting. Yeah, that works. I'm going to grab this edge right here and Control C to copy it. And I'm going to come out here. I'm going to come into here. I'm going to come into here. And I'm going to Command V to paste. And there's my little tiny edge right there. And if I just put that right on the bottom like that, there we go. And now what I could do, and now I could take, if I can grab this, let's see if I can do some precision selection.
Nice.
That's it. All right, and then we'll take that straight down to there. Get rid of that ledge. And there. And now I can take this floor, mirror it. It's going to need a little bit of editing. So come down to here because it has this piece that was the roof, which is kind of a cool looking detail, but it's not in there. It's not. We don't have that happening. This goes all the way down. So I'll have to come into this one, right click, make unique.
Level type 1, A,
B, A,
2.
B. What we'll call this one A. This one will be B. Yeah,
Nice.
that'll work. Naming, I'm still naming.
Yeah.
I'm already tired of this. I'm already like, I don't care anymore. I mean, just being honest with you guys.
Yeah, sometimes
I'm a
theory
key hugger.
flies out the window.
It's I'm like, yeah, I'll do this. I don't like doing this. But I'll do it. I do it for you.
That's
All right.
right.
I didn't. Oops. There we go. Get that back in here. Okay. So I'm going to take this. So I made the outside unique. Now I got to take the components on the inside, make them unique, and I'll call that one B as well. And then I can go into here for one of these, and this will be easy enough because I'll just push this down like, and I guess not. Why not? I'll just quickly click.
Oh yeah, Randor 10 has a fun fact here that I was about to read out. But So in the final scene, when Alan Rickman is dropped and he has that genuine look of fear, so they were supposed to drop him on the count of 3, but they dropped him on the count of 2. So what you're looking at is a genuine reaction.
I have heard that, and I think that is awesome. not that I'm like dislike. I like Alan Rickman a lot, but I think it's so funny that somebody's like, "This guy's too good of an actor. He's too straight faced. Let's really mess with him a little."
Yeah, that's right. We have a question here. Could you please explain how to add the level type so that it shows me the floor number when I click on the component? I think he's talking about editing the component definition. And so if you click on one of those floors there, you want to have your entity info panel open, and there's a text box in there where you can create your own definition, which is Aaron is finding out is useful to keep your projects organized, and also sometimes frustrating to keep them organized.
Organization's the worst. All right, so I get to this floor right here. This is this floor, and then below that, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3 floors where I don't have this brick thing happening. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this whole floor, copy it to here. I'm going to make it unique again. This will be type C, 1C, and then I will go into in there, and then again I got to grab each of the eighths of my floor, make those unique, and call that C.
Nice. I'm realizing that you have a real knack here for designing high rises.
Just unintentional experience. Is that a term? I never set out to do it, but I've done it a lot at this point.
Yeah.
Boom, there we go. And then we just take this now. Oops, no, this. And we copy it 2 more times to get those 3 windows. 2x. And there's the base of our building. So we got this double course right here, double course right here, double course right here, window, window, windows. Bam! All right. This was 2. And then, yeah, so all of these need to go into my bottom group. Dang, I'm just going to say, yeah, a little less. I agree. I mean, some of this is definitely coming out of due to practice, but this is going quick.
I mean, yeah, I think on the outside, this might look like it's, easy and effortless for you, but I think, what the viewer might not realize is that you are very well practiced. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time.
Done it for a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. So that gets us to right here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floors that angle up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab one of these, copy it, come out here, paste it, stick it right on top. I already forgot the count I had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I knew that. So I'm going to grab 6. I'm going to go Option, copy this up, 5x, and then I'm going to take those 6. And I'm going to make that into a new group. And I'm just going to leave that group alone. Nope, I can't leave alone. I have to do this. So, no, I don't have to do this. Hold on. Let us work this out. Okay. What I want to do now, because I don't want to come in here and, so what I'm going to end up doing is cutting this something like this, and then cutting all that out and bringing it down, which means every one of these levels is going to get edited differently. So I'll either put it all into one piece and then chop it up, or I'll create a line and then break each floor one at a time to make that work. Either way, this is going to be easier to do after I have materials on here. Because if it is one piece, then I'm going to have to go through every single chunk and reapply. If each one ends up as its own component, that's cool too, but then I individually have to color it again. Right now, while this is the same copy as this, once I make my materials, all of these will show up, and then I'll come back and cut them. That makes
Mm.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to save myself a little bit of repetitive work.
Yeah.
So then from above there, I have 1, 2, 3 of this kind of level. So I'm going to start. This will actually start. We'll start with one of these to begin with, because the way the balcony works, this balcony actually comes all the way out. So here's where I do have to determine where this gets cut, but I'm not going to actually cut it yet. So if I look right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 whole windows. So if I come here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. So that's what the cut's going to look like. It's going to cut right along there. That means this floor right here needs to be. So this part will come out, the balcony thing, and then everything else will push back. And I don't have a lot of information for how this works, so I'm going to make some more stuff up, because that's what I do. So I'm going to continue this edge the same along this line to here. Oops, I'm not in. That's why. Didn't work. There we go. Bring that up to here. And then this. I need a little destructive modeling right now, because I'm not really sure how to visualize this.
Yeah, I feel like we're in the part of this this live stream where it's just like, oh man, we've really come up against something complicated here. I'm just gonna like sit back and see how Aaron tackles this.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I will push this back the length of 2 windows. So I'm gonna grab this edge, put this right here, and then that will come out like this, and then that will go back like that. I think that's going to work.
Yeah, the folks on the forum are definitely recognizing how light work you're making of this model, and you know, some are saying that you're probably going to have to start modeling the interior pretty soon.
So I fortunately don't feel worried about that. I don't. I'm not stressed about that.
Yeah, we have a long way to go
still. Okay, that didn't come out enough over here, so let's. Now he's come this way more, and then this. So one of the problems, I will be honest with, like I said, this is kind of like sculpting, we could call this, maybe something like that, is that sometimes you use these fake numbers. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm talking too much. Hold
on. We gotta. This is where we start playing.
I gotta stop talking.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was going easy for a while there, and then you called me on it, Justin. Now I'm like, what am I doing?
Oh man.
Yeah,
sorry about that, but
no, it's okay.
Yeah, I feel like last week Matt had the soundboard, but I think the thing that we're missing from these live streams is like a segment where like we just play elevator music and you're just like in deep focus mode.
That's right. Handle this. I gotta go click. Less talky, more clicky. All right, let's see how that looks. All right, there we go. Now I got it. So there's that little. That's this section. This profile is different up here. So it's the same up the tower. So I'll leave this the same. We'll come, or up this section of the tower, not the whole tower. But so that stays the same, and that will continue up. Oh no! Guess who forgot to make unique? This guy. All right. So let's say practical session right here. Let's say you did this because you're just intense. You're intense. You just get into it, right? So that obviously it's a cool design. I mean, these wraparound balconies are pretty neat, but this isn't what we're going for, so I can't keep it. So what I'm going to do is grab this one, right, the one I was working on. It doesn't matter; it could be any of them actually. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say Make Unique, and then I'm going to name that Type 4 because that's what this is. This is 4 up here. Now I'm going to right click and copy. Actually, not right click. I'm just going to select it and go. We'll go up here, so it's visual. Go to Edit and Copy, and now I'm going to hit Undo a bunch of times. This level goes back how it looked before.
That's right.
So many
yeah.
undos. Here, let's.
By the end of this, your Control Z will be worn out.
There's no Z on my key anymore.
Yeah.
Keep undoing, keep undoing, keep undoing. All right, there we go. So we're back where we were. Now I can come in here and I can grab this and I can delete it. And I can instead edit, paste in place. Where's my paste in place?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh. Wow, guys, we
see you guys next year. I nuked redo by hitting Control V. I did something wrong. I'm going to take ownership. I did not cut. Oh, but it's a component, so I should be able to go into my components and find a Type 4.
Oh, did it delete the component as you were going back?
I call it Type 3. That's why I named this component the same thing. No, wait, no. 3.
You guys, the whole future of this stream hinges on this specific moment.
Oh man. What's this? No. What is 8th building Type 3, and then down here I have
Oh man, just the intense moment of panic I just felt when I saw that paste in place was grayed out.
So now that we're here, yeah, let's do some things. I got this one pasted up here, so I'm going to, of course, because I'm a good intentional modeler, immediately make unique and call this Type 4. Which should give me a Type 4
asks if the redo list is gone too.
Well, at that point, yeah, redo, because so if you do a bunch of undos and immediately do redos, then you're good. But because I came in and immediately hit paste and then it had nothing to paste, that empty paste was my next step. So my redo list is gone at that point because there's only redo that one step. So fortunately, I was kind of paying attention to what I was doing.
Yes, you are practiced now. This time we could do this while you're still talking. So
right, watch this. I'm gonna sing Ave Maria whilst modeling. No, I'm not gonna do that to anybody. That's rude. All right, so this is Type 4, 1/8 building Type 4, and I remember most of what I did. So we took this line and we continued it up to here, and then we went back here, and I went back the length of 2 more windows to here, and then I took that edge out to here, and then this is what I was saying. That means I want to cut it back this amount to here to give me this to here. So fortunately, that time that I spent drooling on myself trying to do math was not wasted, because now I can just do that, take this across here.
Man, what were you like in math class back in the day? Was there a lot of drool happening, or?
Oh, it was not friendly. It was rough.
It was a damp situation.
Fortunately, I had a teacher who was very supportive of me, even though I was really bad at math things and all things related to math. But it was not pretty.
That's okay. I'm going to share a link in the chat here. This is from Studio RT Cool. It's a really fascinating deep dive from the American cinematographer on the 30-foot scale building that they made for this, for some of the practical effects, and a deep dive on how Hans Gruber gets dropped at the end of the movie. So definitely worth skimming through. Thank you, RT Cool, for this. This might be my new favorite website. This is great.
Very cool. Yeah, it was amazing the amount of stuff that was done practical or in miniature. And I mean, now if you saw Die Hard today, you'd be like, oh, that's cool. That's all CG. That's all right. Cool. Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then that wasn't how they did it.
Yeah.
All right, so I need to pull another couple dimensions. I had a standard here. Was this 2 and 7/16? I'm just going to do an offset. This and this and this. Offset.
And look at the light work you've made of this round of this. But do remember to save. A couple people have been saying that. So
good call. Save. Let's save. Let's just do that right now.
Let's do it.
I was talking about this. I kept kind of hinting at this and then stopped talking. But one of the downsides to modeling like this is I don't have actual dimensions, so I do have to pull these pretend dimensions that I just kind of model to what's there off of pieces later. And that's where I was doing things like drawing lines, drawing edges, and then taking that edge now back up here. So I can drop it right here, and now I can take this and I can pull this from here to here, and I have the same dimension. Whoops. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think this would be a completely different stream if we were working with real dimensions here. Like, I think the joy in this is just, the quick, kind of off the cuff,
Yeah.
diving into your head and understanding how you approach these types of things.
Yeah.
I think that's what's interesting.
Well, good. I'm glad somebody enjoys it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
All right, so these levels are different in that the way the windows are broken up. So if I look at a level is here right at the middle of one of these, and it just goes straight into glass. So we have this little teeny tiny solid piece, but other than that, it's a bunch of glass panels. So I'm going to change this ever so slightly. I'm just going to take this piece right here, where it's I'll just draw a new piece. There we go. And then this one that I have above now, I'm going to take this. So this one is type 4 with a balcony. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this unique and call it type 4 space balcony. So what I could have done was I could have gone through and counted all the different levels first and then labeled them level type 1 through 8 or whatever it'll end up being. But since I didn't do that, I'm having to add some modifications. So this one then will be just our standard level 4 type. I do have to come in here again, just like I did before, make sure I not only change the outer component, but the inner components as well. So take this, make unique, and make sure I put balcony on those types.
I feel like the component definitions are the real crux of this live stream.
They really have been unintentionally. I did not mean to do that, but yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Yep.
For sure. Oops.
But yeah, we internally have been talking a little bit more about these live streams and what we can do with them. And one of the things that we were talking about is maybe after the live stream is done, like putting these models up onto 3D Warehouse for you all to dive in and check it out, play with them yourself. And I'm curious, chime in the chat. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? How do you feel about, getting a first class ticket into Aaron's modeling here?
Yeah.
Let us know.
So take that. There we go. With that, nice. We have finished level 4. Oh, nice. I make those groups. That's what I'm doing.
I'm still flipping through, and Aaron, I know you can't see this, but I'm flipping through some of the photos of how they made this movie and looking at these, like, I guess, miniature buildings that they built, that are not so miniature. They're like 25 feet tall. But yeah, it's really amazing back in the day, talking about practical effects, how much was actually done and actually built. And to be a set builder back then must have been such a good
Oh,
time. The
I can
golden
only
era.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be just the best. I mean, for real. Yeah. I talked to we have some people in filmmaking who are SketchUp users, and then friends of ours like Luke Whitelock or Chris Salamone, and the stuff they talk about is so cool. I mean, we talk to other people like Dave Cooperstein, for example, does, I don't know, entertainment architecture. If you need a
Mhm.
restaurant shaped like a turtle or a, a fire breathing whale shark, uh, his company designs that kind of stuff, and they do it all in SketchUp, which is really super cool. But then you have these other people like I said, like Luke and Chris, who do the same level of work, but it's for you know spaceships and and stuff like that. I'm like that's just too cool. Yeah, if I had it to do all over again,
Yeah.
I would definitely be born rich.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take my girlfriend out on a nice date to a turtle restaurant, just,
That's
yeah,
good stuff, man. I mean,
it's good
just
stuff. Um, but I'm
it's
happy.
literally a once in a lifetime situation. I mean, just say that.
That's true. Yeah. I wonder, yeah, I wonder what you would get at that restaurant to eat. But
I wonder if
anyway,
do you get seafood, or do you steer clear of it because you're eating in a turtle?
yeah, well, I mean, turtles, they're basically just chomping on like sea moss most of the time. So I'm thinking it would be like a vegan or a vegetarian place, hopefully. But yeah, by and large, in the chat, I think people would be very, very excited to see these models on 3D Warehouse. And yeah, the CAD exercises too, so people can follow along. That's a great call out, Transom. Yeah, I think that'd
Yeah.
be fun because, I mean, Aaron, what normally happens with these models once we have the model done in the thumbnail? I mean, are you saving these to one day pass them down to your grandkids, or are you
That's
deleting them
exactly it.
immediately?
It's like, well, this is as good as I can do as far as something to inherit, kids. There you go. Good luck. Um, no, I'm not. I do. I mean, I do have most of the stuff I've created, like even going way back. Uh, I do have most of the files I've created on lives saved somewhere. So some of them are on external drives from older computers, and everything I've done since I've had this laptop, it exists and it's right here. So it wouldn't be too hard to start putting them up there. One extra step at the end of the day on Friday. All right. So there's the beginning of this top, and this top part looks like it's pretty simple. I got 1, 2, and then a thing here. Definitely this one's bigger. So I'm just going to take the one I just did, which I called level 5, type 5. I'm going to make a copy of it. I'm going to just go vertical with it. Upside down so you can see underneath here. Like that. And then I will make this unique.
Yeah, Patrick O'Brien asks if the models that we're uploading includes the Notre Dame, and honestly, I don't know. I think going forward we will maybe start doing this, but I can't speak to what Aaron's laptop or trash bin looks like, so we don't know
Yeah.
what happened to the previous models.
Yeah, I can't promise anything there. I can look and see. Maybe we can find a top models you'd like to see from previous streams. But considering we've been doing this for years, I don't know exactly. Yeah, I don't want to make any promises beyond that. All right, so we've come to the place where it might be material time. We're almost exactly an hour in for geometry. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, I'll be honest. I think some of this is going to go quickly, and some of it's not going to go quickly. But let's dive in. Let's grab one of these standard ones right in the middle, just right out of the middle. There we go. All right, so I'm going to come in here. There's two textures I want to put on here. I want to put like a brick layer with a little bit of, just a little bit of mortar above and below to break apart the two floors. And then I want a window where I want like reflective materials and then some sort of, something around the outside. It's really hard to tell. It looks like it's light. Looks like it's the same as the mortar kind of thing. So what we'll do is I'll come in with my paint bucket. Come here. I'm going to go find a brick to start with. Let's see. So none of these are perfect, but really I want to look at materials I got in here to kind of make it look bricky. That one might work, kind of like that. Let's go with the first brick. That looks too beat up. I have to go something a little more structured. Okay, we're gonna do something like this, maybe. I don't know. This may change along the way. Who knows? Who really? This is the guy who's supposed to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find some like close-up pictures of the Fox Plaza. Let's see if we.
What we'll do is we'll texture this position this texture. I'm going to switch to fixed pins, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this pin, click and release to pick up a pin, and then I'm going to go find, this is a nice straight brick right here. I'm going to go just outside of it here, just above and to the right of that corner. I'm going to grab this one. This is when I start talking authority, and I'm like, I wonder what this will look like. I'm going to go grab this one, same thing. Just outside of that corner right there, and then one more right here, bring that down just outside this top corner, and then I'm going to click and drag, bring that up to here, bring this one down to here, bring this one up to here, bring this one to here, and then I'm going to click outside just to see what that looks like.
Subtle. That's all I'm going to say. It's a subtle look.
It is. How are we looking the shade over here?
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
So one of the things I do want to do, I want this to look good without edges turned on. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to create a couple scenes. I'm going to create one scene right now. Whoops. Cancel. Hold up. Give me a plus. All I really want to do is toggle my style, because that's the only thing I want flipping on and off with these two. I want to keep edges on to work on, but then I want to see what it looks like without it. So I'm going to take this one right now. I'm going to hit there. I'm going to say, create that new scene, and I'm going to call that scene edges on. And now I'm going to go to my styles. I'm going to go to my edges, turn edges all the way off, profiles off. And then I'm going to say, save another one, create that scene. And this one's going to be called edges off.
Yeah, I know with with our new environments and photoreal textures and all of the like cool innovation that's been happening within the product, like I know that we've been going a little bit more towards, straying away from the line work being visible on our buildings. But I don't know, call me old school, but some part of me really still loves the look of the lines and whatnot. And so I feel like where I've netted out is just like still having the lines, but making the profile thickness just 1 instead of 2, and also making it like a medium-ish gray. So they're still there, but it's subtle.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think that's all right. I'm gonna edit this a little bit further.
Nice. And yeah, Kegi chimed in and said the outside of the building is apparently a pink granite. So,
so we have to.
I think we got to mess with the color a little bit here. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
Pretty close to perfectly aligned there. That looks good. Looks better. Yeah, and I'm gonna. I am all over the place. Oh man, I'm excited. I've never been this far forward in a stream before. So I'm going to do that. I am going to play with this one a little bit. We'll just grab this and I'll just say texture position, and then we'll just kind of, that's weird.
Yeah, we're gonna warp that thing to infinity.
Yep. Just shy of infinity, actually, right? Right there. Let's see how that goes. So that's good enough. That'll work.
Yeah, that works.
And same thing here. Maybe I got it. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering how much I want to worry about this little, trying to keep this little, because I'm taking something that's this big in a picture and I'm making it 50 feet long. Yeah. So doing things like I'm moving pixels basically at this point to try to get this.
MJ, well, perfect. I think it looks good because MJ Harden over on YouTube is asking, how did Aaron reposition the pins in the texture without distorting the texture? And the answer is, it's distorted. It is very, very distorted. But because it's like we're zooming in on one brick of the texture, it looks somewhat cohesive, but this is about as distorted as it gets.
Oh yeah, this is not a. I would not want to make these unique and save them or anything like that because they are all over the place. So
yeah, it looks good though. I mean, hey,
yeah, look at that.
Fantastic, nice.
Oof. All right, so now what I should be able to do is I should be able to come in here, sample this, put it here. I got to go into the group, in the component, sample. Nope.
Oh.
So now I might want to make unique because these are going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to say texture. Make unique texture.
There you go.
Make unique texture. So the problem with make unique texture is that it cuts it. So if this was applied to a piece any different from this one, what is happening? Okay, a little bit of cleanup to happen, but I should be able to just use move to come in here, right click, texture, position, and then I'm just moving. You can see just that brick that's cut to that size of that shape right there.
Nice. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with these live streams. I didn't know that going into this, it would be all about component definitions and scaling a brick texture wildly.
Yeah. I pride myself on not knowing what I'm doing when I do these things. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think you're doing good. Kind of reminder.
That was said tongue in cheek.
Yes.
But yeah, here's what I was saying is like, as I'm making these textures, looks good right here on this piece. But if you look at it, if it falls off at all, then it's not gonna work as well. But fortunately, because of my components, I don't have to do this like dozens of times. I only have to do this a few times.
1,000 times.
Give or take.
Well, you're making such light work of it. We do have a couple of reminders or requests here in the chat when you're done with the texture. But one is don't forget the helipad on the roof. The other one is you have to model a falling Hans Gruber. So, yeah.
I'll just do a screenshot of this and then stick it in there.
That's right.
All right. So we have some materials here that we'll have to bring down and put onto other pieces. We'll do that. I'm going to get my glass in here first. So if I come into one of these and I find, let's look at glass. Actually, you know what? We'll look at glass.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I'll like use another texture and just add like a little bit of transparency to it. Ooh, but that reflection with the clouds.
That's kind of what I'm wondering. I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to just throw this on every one. I'm going to come in and put some things to, like, again, because once we turn off our edges, I still want to be able to tell that those are multiple pieces like you can in the building. But let's look at this.
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
What was I saying? That is, wow.
Yeah, so that's going to work. But yeah, to Justin's point, I will a lot of times use a metal like that
Mm,
silver. I love that silver color, that chrome color. Drop that on there. If I need transparency, I'm not really worried about transparency with this. I don't really want to see inside
yeah.
because inside is just the back of my components. So I'm really more concerned about getting that good color, that reflection.
Ooh, it
Uh,
looks great.
that was cool. So we'll play with some different environments at the very end and see if we want to change that a little bit. So the other thing, so we that looks good. I'm gonna turn my edges back on, and I think what we got to do here is I'm gonna come into each of these. I'm gonna offset. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna get my grouty color in here. So I'm gonna come in with this. I'm gonna go look at like a ground material or a concrete. Let's look at concrete. Um, Asphalt and concrete. Just need a gray, rough texture. There we go. Looks very close, but I'm not going to see very much of it, so I'm okay with this. I think. I say things in absolute like that, but then truth is I'm not really sure what's going to happen once I get done. So come in here and I'm going to offset this. Not a lot, that much. And then do that on each of these. Just double click, double click, double click, double click, double click, double click. Whoa, no.
Oh, no.
You do, it is. What I run into with double clicking is I get so excited and I start to move the mouse before I've double clicked and then I'm dragging and then I get a wrong double click. All right.
Yeah.
So now we'll go back to the paint bucket. We will go back to this glass, fill in just the panes on the inside. You can see how we get that little bit to break it up. It's not a lot, but we don't want a lot. We just want enough so that if I come here and I come here and I come here, it looks like windows. And
Yeah.
again, I could do this with materials, or I could do this with actual modeling. I could go in and I could put some, have it come up slightly or something like that. But by doing with materials, I end up with a lighter model because I don't have all that geometry. As soon as I put this in, if I had gone and pulled that, then every window goes from one rectangle to, I don't know, math 12, something like that.
So,
And that's 12 times the geometry that I'd have in my model. If it's
yeah.
not needed for this works.
I know, and it looks great. I think that the natural like edge of the brick like really it adds like a little bit of like a worn look to the floors here. Like this is, it's a building that's been around since I don't even know. I should know.
Probably the
Like
80s, 70s, maybe.
I feel like that's my job as the co-presenter here to know these things.
All right. So let's continue on down here. I think I'll be able to leverage a lot of this. So if I come into this one, I do have it turned so that other copies of the same component I'm working on disappear. Some people don't like that. I don't mind it really. I think it's kind of nice because then I know that what I have to work on and what I don't kind of thing. But if you don't like that, it is right here, view, component, edit, hide similar components. I could turn that back off. Oops. In theory. There we go. So for this, I should be able to come, say, grab this, put it right here. Or I guess here, put this one on the bottom because that should line up better. Nah. Not sure why that's
Maybe it's
off.
inferencing the location
I don't know.
of the material.
Whoop, not that. But again, not a huge deal. Just come in here, texture, position, and then I'll actually turn off my fixed pins because then I can just grab it and actually move the texture where I want it in the middle of that rectangle like that. All right, well, I know we asked this before, but I want to throw out, besides Die Hard, what's everybody's favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm going to guess we're going to get some Elves. That's a good one.
That's a classic. Yeah. Yeah, chime in the chat. What is your favorite Christmas movie? And maybe what is a Christmas movie that you've seen too many times that now kind of annoys you? Because I have a lot of those.
I could see that. I hate to admit that, but yeah, there's a few. I do. We do watch. Uh, you were mentioning before uh, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and we do watch that every year.
Yeah.
Our viewing tends to be around Thanksgiving, though. You know, that's
Oh yeah.
the transition from Christmas to
Yeah.
Thanksgiving time in our house.
To set the tone
Yeah.
for the season ahead. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I started watching that movie when I was a little kid, and even now, I can appreciate the little, tiny little jokes and tiny little moments and whatnot. And Aunt Bethany talking about or worrying about being thrown down as she walks up the
Don't throw
steps. I
me
mean,
down, clock.
is
Yeah.
this the airport clock? They
It's so
want you
good,
to
dude.
say grace. I mean, it's classic.
Blessing. Yeah. Oh, just so good.
It's so good. All right, let's see here. We have J.R. Wells says Home Alone. Randor 10 says A Christmas Story. We've got two for It's a Wonderful Life. We got Red One. I don't think I've
Oh,
seen the
wait,
Red
wait, well, yeah, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Who put red one?
Yeah. Sven
Oh,
K. Cad said Red One is a great movie on Prime. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Aaron, are you so appalled because it's like clearly not a Christmas movie, or?
no, it's very much a Christmas movie. It's not something I would pick out as being my favorite anything.
Shots
So
fired.
we all get to have our own opinions, and that's cool. And I apologize if I made a big deal of it, but yeah, I'm surprised someone chose that.
Yeah, you are welcome here, Sven K. Don't let Aaron bully you.
Nope. You get to have whatever opinion you want.
That's right. We got two votes for National Lampoons, and then of course, Charlie Brown Christmas. I mean, come on,
Oh, I do feel silly for not. Yeah, probably should have.
that's like 20 minutes, the best 20 minutes that you'll ever spend, and the soundtrack of that is just one of the most like lovely pieces of piano
It
music.
is so
I mean,
true.
it's just amazing. I love it.
Um,
Okay, Aaron, what do you think about this one? Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean.
I haven't caught it, but I was actually. It's This is weird. I saw a trailer for a Mr. Bean thing on some streaming service last night, and I'm like, Rowan Atkinson's just a funny guy. Like, I would probably watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a movie, but Rudolph is still. I'm a huge fan of stop motion.
Oh yeah.
Alternative ways of animating things. I think that is super cool. So that'll always be one of my favorites. Um, yeah, there's some good ones out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and my mom was like obsessed with the Hallmark Channel and like all of those like Christmas movies that are just like claymation, like and they're
Yeah.
just like 8 frames per second. Like it's pretty rough, but even as a kid I was just like, man, what is this? This is just a relic of a bygone era. But now it's very nostalgic. I love it.
Yeah, that's true. Um, if you ever watched any of the California Raisins, but that was really something. If you're having any interest whatsoever in stop motion, that was some fun ones. Kind of creepy, but yeah.
Yeah, my brother-in-law still works. He does some stop motion stuff,
Oh, that's awesome.
and
Any
it
particular any studio that we might know or
no, it's all like very small studios in LA. But nowadays they're always working on these shows that go to like Apple TV and Netflix and whatnot. But it's amazing the amount of like effort and work that goes into stop motion. And if somebody accidentally brushes against the set and the figure moves, you know,
they're fired?
yeah, it's all over.
Um, that's awesome. I mean, I love that like companies like Leica are still around
Right.
and doing their thing and just pushing what they can do with the technology now and integrating new technology into classic stuff like that. It's just so cool. It is
Yeah.
so cool.
Um, Aaron, I'm curious to get your take on this. Do you think that It's a Wonderful Life is a depressing movie or an uplifting movie?
Depends on how much of it you watch, I
Yeah,
guess.
true.
Is
Yeah,
really
if you stop during the middle of the movie, I mean, you're doing yourself a disservice.
yes, absolutely. Um, you know, I my brother, that's his favorite movie. He loves it, and good for him. I don't dislike it, but I have a hard time getting into it the way some people do. Um,
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, same with A Christmas Story. I also feel like that's a movie that kind of annoys me now. Which, sorry, everybody, if I'm saying that. I thought that we're having an open and honest dialogue here, but feel free to roast
should
me
This was
in the
supposed
chat.
to be a safe place, but so I
It's
apologize. Yeah,
supposed to be, but that went out the window when you burned
that's true.
somebody
I
on
need to
Red
apologize
One.
for that. Red One. I just Anybody who's seen it might be able to back me up. It was just not. I watched it. I mean, I watched the whole thing, so that says something too. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry again, Sven Gay. We apologize for Aaron's comments, and we will be better.
The opinions expressed by our host do not
Yeah,
represent Trimble or any stakeholders, shareholders, or anyone involved in
that's
management.
right. Yes, I've been sent here from the HR department to make sure that these streams are up to code.
No, I think I do like that. Oh, you know what is one that I'm surprised Geek Dad didn't throw this up there, but Klaus, which is a fairly recent animated movie, was really very cool. Very just unique to watch. It was very cool.
Yeah,
All right, so
man.
I did cheat a little bit here. Well, let me go pop up here.
I am sold by that window texture.
Oh, it turned out pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit of time, so I'm getting a floor done in about 3-4 minutes, but there's a little extra work to do this. I, in hindsight, I should have done this the first time out. I should have done it at the beginning. I should have taken one, colored it, because now I'm having to come back here and repeat this. It's not taking long, like I said, but I could have saved myself some time by doing this the first time. But yeah, this is kind of cool. This is kind of fun. I'm just a little confused why my saved textures aren't coming down the way I want them to. I'll say I cheated on these little tiny rims right here rather than finding a brick that works on it. I just grabbed a color out of here and went with that. So if anybody feels like that's cheating, too bad.
Too bad. That's right. Yeah, I wonder if yeah, it's just like inferencing like a wrong location, or if
Yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Or maybe we've warped it to such an extreme extent
that's
that it's like,
possible.
surely you don't want us to
Like,
duplicate this exactly.
common sense says that this is not really what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fix that for you.
Well, I want to follow up with another question because this is something you said, Justin. Is who does anybody have? What's that movie that Christmas movie you don't like watching anymore? Because it's nostalgia overload, or for whatever reason, what do you not like watching?
Yeah. Speaking of nostalgia overload, I looked up the California Raisins because I didn't get that reference, and just seeing a photo of this whole like band together is just so. I tell you, the '80s were something else.
Yeah, Max Headroom. Spend some time going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, chime in. What are some movies that you've lost your appetite for? I love that they were like the California Raisins, that they were like covering all these other songs.
Yeah.
I guess this was like the precursor to like the Gorillas, you know, like the idea of like a fictional animated band. But yeah, I mean, they did Heard It Through the Grapevine. They did all kinds of stuff. It's interesting.
Yeah. I'm stuck here right now because I think like these two levels should be the same. I don't know why this one got.
I think you got to flip it.
Yeah, I made it unique for some reason, and I don't know why. Somebody will
Randor
remind
10
me.
coming in with a hot take here. He says his least favorite is any Hallmark movie. Any Hallmark movie. That's a pretty big blanket statement, I think. But yeah, I respect that.
I'm not going to argue with that. I don't have an argument against that. I, in general, just steer clear.
Yeah.
I really don't feel a strong reason to dip my toe in those waters in general. So it's usually not an issue for me, but I could see why.
You know what's
It is
a
it is pretty fun to hear people make those videos making fun of the themes of Hallmark movies in general, and I do enjoy that.
You know, though, I feel like a really I forgot about this movie until last year when my brother was like, you know, I think it's a holiday movie and I think we should watch it. But really, really uplifting is Queen Latifah in The Last Holiday. I feel like that's a great movie. It's a feel good movie.
I don't know that.
Oh man, Aaron. It's because you've been
I
up
got something new
stuck
for my
on the
list now,
California
though.
raisins.
We're we're a couple years apart, Justin. I'm just saying that. I I will say a fairly recent one, and I think I mentioned this like last year too. 8-Bit Christmas feels like the sole successor to A Christmas Story, in which in the 80s kids are trying to get a hold of a Nintendo, and I really thoroughly enjoyed that. I think it's a Netflix movie.
Mm.
That was a fun one. All right. Oh, look at that! Look at it reflect. So I do want to, once I get this done, I do want to hop back in here and spend some time maybe changing the lighting too to get something maybe a little
Mm.
closer to this, something a little shinier, something with a big obvious sun,
Yeah, I was
big
wondering if
building.
you were going to take that route, or go with like a nighttime scene.
Ooh, well, if we could light it up from the inside, I would do that.
Yeah, that's true. But
Um,
but yeah, do you remember, Aaron, like when you were either growing up or like any time in recent years, like what is your like favorite, most memorable gift that you've ever gotten?
ooh, this is some next level
Yeah, I'm trying to throw you off your game here.
toy geekery kind of stuff. But when I was very young, like sub 10 years old, um, I got Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull playset, which He-Man was my guy when I was little. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, and to get that big castle. So much so that it actually still sits under my desk and holds my wireless router right now. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's very useful. I like that.
yourself?
Um, Oh yeah, and then I'll get to some questions here in the chat. But yeah, just briefly, when I was a kid, also sub 10, I was really interested in becoming a professional cartoonist. I thought
Mm.
that was going to be my whole direction in life, and so yeah, one Christmas I got a little miniature drafting table, and that.
Sweet.
Then I became a graphic designer later in life, so I feel like that kind of changed the
You did
trajectory
it.
of my life.
Wow. Thank you, Santa.
Yeah, thanks, Anna. Keggy asks, is it an optical illusion or do the floors near the top slope up a bit? I mean, yeah, this it's kind of playing tricks on me too, but I think everything is perfectly straight.
So I think what's happening here is if I take a line from here to here, see how straight that is? This is way too big of a building not to have some sort of distortion in a photograph. So it
Mm,
does tell me, I would guess that this has had some sort
of
of
correction.
yeah. So let's see. Let's drop a
Yeah.
line straight right here.
And it looks pretty straight.
I think what throws it off is this right here. These
Hmm.
these cut-ins, which are super cool looking. I think that definitely like throws me
Yeah.
off when I look at it because I looked at it originally. I'm like, I can't do this. There's too many.
Yeah.
There's too much weird geometry. But that's really not that bad.
Yeah, I know. I think it's almost like an optical illusion. The more you look at the photo, the more confusing it
Mm,
gets.
yes, absolutely. I would love to hear everyone out there if anybody has a memorable gift that they got. Did you get your first copy of SketchUp in your stocking or? Um, no, let me know. Let us know if there's something specific you remember. Could be childhood, could be recent. Either one works.
Yeah. Um, did you know that when John McClane, he is supposedly barefoot in most of the movie, and there are parts of the movie where he's like running over broken glass, but they actually made special rubberized shoes that were molded to look exactly like his feet to protect him.
I have heard that.
Which, like,
Uh,
what strange shoes? Could you imagine going out into public with like feet looking shoes?
I remember a band I used to listen to way back. The lead singer had basically tattooed Converses onto his feet, so he looked like he was always wearing shoes. But that is kind of going the other direction.
Yeah,
I
that's pretty
remember,
cool.
but do you remember the Lord of the Rings movies? The hobbits all ran around in fake foot shoes.
Mm, yeah, yeah, that's good.
Oh.
Patrick O'Brien says a book, The Encyclopedia of Magic. And yeah, I mean, hey, if I got that as a kid, or even now, that would be like the greatest gift of all time, I think.
Yeah, big win. All right. A couple more to do here. I'm kind of wondering up here. I'm just gonna start with this. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, just broad strokes. Um, but yeah, let's see. So the building was completed in 1987, and the movie came out in 1988. So
Oh
they
wow.
filmed this basically in a fresh building, and because the building was owned by 20th Century Fox, and they used it as the site of where they were filming, they essentially paid themselves to film the movie there.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, big win. Big win. We made money off the filming this movie. It's gonna cost us $5 million to rent the building so we can pay this non-action star guy.
That's right.
Couple more. I've so since it came out, I have definitely been uh, spending a lot of time modeling with materials and that kind of thing because I'm trying to decide like what's most productive for me. Because I'll be honest, I mean, I like the way it looks for the most part, but there's some spots like so I was asking earlier, do I have backsides showing or something like that? Because there is spots where sometimes the difference in color between this and this, even though they're the same texture, does throw me a little bit off. Um, I mean, I'm committed at this point. I'm using textures to model right now, so I can't really change up. But yeah, I'm interested. What kind of style do you guys model with now? Do you go for like materiality and shadows and things in your models, or is it mostly just uh, like a fast style like we used to always talk about?
Mm,
Interested to hear.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I personally kind of like staying in the more like abstract part of the modeling. Like it's really fun for me to like build a model when it's just like, basically just like a clay model. It just feels like the stakes are so low, you know.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you start like adding materials and whatnot, it's like, oh man, this is really changing the feel of the model, and it becomes less about like something that's a figment of your imagination and something that has to be real, and that's tough sometimes.
Get that.
Let's see. Studio RT Cool says, I got my first serious camera for Christmas in 1968, and the rest is history. That's
Yep,
awesome.
that's sort of his thing. Like, yeah, that's cool. It's cool to hear that a gift changed the direction of what you do. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And yeah, Transom on YouTube says last year's present was Bluetooth hearing protectors, so he can run his table saw and routers and listen to music and podcasts at the same time. That is
Nice.
awesome. And Keggy shared a very heartfelt piece about her 4-year-old at the time autistic niece making her a small pot, and that was the first time that she had really interacted with everybody or with anyone, and so yeah, that's very sweet. So yeah, it's amazing the gifts that you get that like stick with you for the rest of your life, and yeah, that's sweet. I mean, hey, the year before last year, you know, like when I got a pair of socks from my mom, that is, you know, that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life.
Oh, by the way, Mom, thanks for the socks.
Yeah.
All right, so we're almost there. I like I said, I did cut corners a little bit on these. I didn't go in and put in the different pieces. We'll come up here and throw some gray up here. So I did cut a little bit of corners because I want to. This is one of the most important features. I want to make sure you have time to cut this in like this. Actually, let's come back up here.
And is your approach there to get this model to a place where all the materials have been figured out, and then to like make a copy of it, explode all of the geometry, and then do some cutting with solid tools, or like how are you thinking about this?
No, I think what's going to be easiest is to actually keep, because remember, each one of these is actually 8 pieces. So even if I don't, so if I do this, so if I take, or let's take these 8 pieces, and I'm going to say, make unique.
Keggy says Aaron needs to delete the slope line near the top as it's killing my OCD.
I know. I'll get rid of this in a sec. Yeah. All right. Make unique. What's going on here? I got 8 components selected. Is this already unique? Hold on. Let's start down here at the bottom then. If I grab all of these, right click. One. If I grab 2. Grab all of them? Huh, that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make unique. 5. Make unique. 6. Make unique. Oops. Weird. If I have this one selected, I have make unique here, but if I add this one to the selection, it goes away. If I take this one off. It's not letting me do 8. I don't know why. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do instead. Watch this. I'll show you software. I'm in charge. I'm going to make this one unique, and I'm going to recopy it around. Make unique.
Can you not make it unique because it's already within a component? Or within a...
On the outside of this?
Sometimes it all flies out the window.
Trust me.
Patrick O'Brien says it's time to order pizza.
Oh, yeah. All right, so this is a component. Oh, maybe that is it. So if I go grab this and say right-click, make unique, then come in here, grab all of these, right click, make unique. Okay, yes, thank you, Justin. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend.
Trying to keep the morale up here, but Randor 10 says, he jokes, the worst thing about OCD is that the letters are in the wrong order.
Oh yeah, alphabetical
I
torture.
hadn't thought about that, but now it's going to bother me forever. So thank you, Randor 10.
Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. All right, so I'm going to take this now and I'm going to push this face, pull that straight back to here, I think. And then I'm going to do the same thing with, should have a couple faces here. That one will go straight back. And then.
Now we're doing this the old school method where, you draw a line and you push pull the whole thing.
But I think I'm trying to, because I was like, because I don't want to actually cut a piece out. I just want to take this face and push it back in because it looks like that's what happens here.
Does it?
Maybe. No, maybe not. No, I'm going to have to come back and make this come out. So, okay. It's okay. It's still, I still got this. Everybody be cool.
Yeah. Everybody calm down.
Just calm down. Sorry.
Calm down.
Make unique. Come in here. Grab everything. Right click. Make unique. And then this should go, like I said, once I get into a little bit of a groove here, these should all pull back the same amount. Triple click, or double click. Yeah, so this face is going to be important because I do want this to follow. So it's a matter of each time, right click, make unique, click in, make unique, click in, draw a line, push.
Oh, you're right. It does push back. That's interesting.
Yeah, but then the angled part, this part fills back in part of it.
Yeah, it goes into like the back corner. My God, I tell you, this building, something else.
Yeah. Don't build them like that anymore. Actually, they build some much more complicated now. Round glass and all kinds of terrible stuff. Yeah. All right, but we're doing good. We got a couple minutes left.
Yeah. Yeah, you're crushing it. You're doing good. Yeah, Studio RT Cool says, make a cutter and use solid tools? Question mark. No. That would, why? Like we gotta.
At this point, I feel committed. I feel like I'm at that point where I'm like, well, but I said I was going to do this.
I know you're past the point now.
You probably could. I think that the reason that I'm resistant to that a little bit is because of textures, because I want to keep these textures on these faces, and if I go in, I'd have to come back in and make new panes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not saying this is the best way. I think this is, again, if I had done this differently, a different solution would have been the ideal solution. But that was almost a nonsensical thing I just said. I don't know if that actually made any sense.
Yeah, good suggestion there, Studio RT Cool, but we're doing it the old school way here.
Yeah, I've fallen in too far. But no, I mean, but seriously, I could have made a cutter, but if I made a cutter, what would have happened was each of these faces would have, so I'm gonna have to do cleanup anyhow, but these faces would all be gone, kind of, because they'd all be the backside of whatever my cutter was. Yeah. So I'd have to recreate all that.
Yeah, whatever, Aaron. J.R. Wales jokes that Aaron just doesn't want to do the interior, so you're stalling.
Oh, that was never a question in my mind. let's be straight with some things. That was never happening, folks. I apologize if I misled anyone, but yeah, that was never going to be. All right, I'm going to delete my angled line. There you go. OCD, happy. I'm going to draw a new line from here to here, because this face now is where I got to bring this piece over to. So if I come in here, basically what I got to do... Nope, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. Get out of here. Delete. That's going to be... Whoops. Got my head stuck in the wall again.
Nima over on LinkedIn asks a poignant question. Why are you doing the same actions over and over and not using components? The reason is that every floor it's slightly different. The cut keeps moving up at a diagonal, and so if you were to do the same thing on every single floor, it would essentially look like a like a saw blade.
I'm looking at how this meets, and I kind of guessed with this angle right here.
Yeah.
Did
I
not
don't
line
know.
up
I
perfectly.
think this is going to be very complicated. I think
Yeah, well, it's going to be wrong. I'm just,
you're owning up
yeah.
to it. It's good.
So we're going to have something. This is a new version of this because this cut I think should start right here. But let me look.
Yeah, it's tough to see from
It's
that
very hard
photo.
to see.
I know.
But
Yeah,
yes,
because actually the where you have the white right now,
yeah.
that continues. It's just keep doing you. I feel like I can't even begin to try
No,
to
it's
explain this.
there's a thing going on there, which I'm not. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come into one of these pieces, and this piece will just continue back to here. And I think what should have happened is this piece
Yeah.
should have started right here. That angle should have come down, but it's after the fact now.
Yep.
So
And the
if I
wall.
was doing this all again, oops,
Yeah, we're too committed now. But the wall on your right there also like angles back basically to meet the right edge of your like white rectangle there. So
mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, we're dealing with some very complex architecture here. I think this is outside of the scope of the current live stream, and we will revisit this sometime in the future, maybe.
Hey, I'll upload it, and you can revisit it tomorrow if you want.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we'll if Aaron gets that uploaded, we'll be sure to throw a link to the 3D warehouse model in the YouTube description and on the forum. I'll take care of that. And yeah, you guys can dive in and make all the corrections and maybe share some screenshots of the corrections, and we can keep the banter going.
That's right. I do like that. I like the idea of sharing this, letting more people get involved. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I don't know what's going on with the materials on
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
today's
talk to
stream.
somebody about this because
You're gonna have to.
I'm very confused. Like, why did that change so much? Um, yeah.
Vincent on
Okay.
LinkedIn says, just add an explosion to cover up your mistakes. Agreed.
Oof. Yeah, but it's so up on the top floors. It just doesn't explode down here. No, I think this isn't too bad. Now that I did it once, I think this will go fairly quick. This line is nonsensical. It doesn't matter. What'll happen here? Again, I'll just come into this. This will go from here all the way back till it hits the wall. Comes straight down until it hits this point right here. Now, this is when it's going to get kooky because this line right here will continue out here till it hits this piece right there. And then our third piece will come from here to wherever this intersection is. And that will be our new face. So it's not too bad. And then again, if I just, fortunately, I can just carry all my geometry over like this. I can break this into however many panes I need to. Again, we'll grab that, put that here. I'm struggling to get. And then offset again. The nice thing about doing something over and over again is you get really good at it eventually.
Yeah.
So
Muscle memory.
And then grab this, put it here, maybe.
Nice. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, it's interesting, like when we're discussing the prompts of these live streams and we pick a building, it's like always fun to like stare at the picture of the building and try to determine what the pain points of the model will be, or like what will be interesting. And who would have thought that this little recess would be you know, the
I
thing.
thought it was going to be something, but I didn't. I didn't. I thought, oh yeah, we'll just kind of arbitrarily cut it at an angle, but that cut was actually very important. So this is, I think this is wrong right here. I think this angle was supposed to go back and meet and then come out. So this angled line came all the way down. Not a big deal. It's still gonna look cool. It's still not gonna look too far off. So like this one right here is gonna come back to here,
Mhm.
and then that's gonna run to here, and then back up like that. There we go.
Nice.
Line comes across here. Line comes across here. Deletes.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah. Position of texture.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I see I mean, maybe this tells you what my YouTube algorithm is like, but sometimes I see videos of people that are like climbing these skyscrapers with like no rope and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I don't know why YouTube is showing me that, because I am not interested in climbing whatsoever. And the thought of doing that just freaks me out. But hey, some people, they're doing it.
They're doing it so you don't have to, Justin.
That's right. Yeah. I'm
Yeah, I
observing from
don't.
the comfort of my home.
I do find it interesting. Like, I get the idea of, people are adrenaline junkies or whatever, and that's, cool, whatever. But what I struggle with is like, okay, not only could you die doing that, as soon as you hit the ground, you're going to get arrested. And, there's just several other factors that I feel should really weigh into your decision of whether or not you should climb up that building.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Like, my idea of an adrenaline rush is like baking like a really good sourdough. Like it
Nothing wrong.
doesn't require
Nothing
like
wrong with
getting arrested and or like potential of death. Like it's nice that like my adrenaline level is really that low.
Woo! Look at the bubbles in this slice. I like it.
That's right.
I do. I see my bar's even lower because I'm just like just eating a good piece of sourdough, and that's, I don't even have to bake it. I just, somebody else can bake it. Just eat that thing and be happy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We're
but
almost there.
You drive like a 4-wheel Jeep. I mean, you get after it.
There's some of that.
Yeah.
All right. We are in the final throws, everybody.
That's right.
All right. I forgot. Did we reveal last week who our guest was, or were we teasing that out till today?
No. We're continually teasing that. That's why in the beginning of the stream I was like, "Is Aaron going to slip? Is he going to mention it?"
Apparently not, because I didn't remember.
Yeah. Well.
No, I remember who it is. I didn't remember if we were talking about it or not. So
No. You guys just teased it, but I don't know. I some part of me is like, I want to spill it, but I don't think that we can. I think you guys got to tune in next week to see who our special guest is. That's going to close out the year. It's going to be such an awesome stream.
I agree. I definitely I would be there if I was anybody out. Well, I'll be there anyhow. So hopefully you hang out with us, because it's going to be worth it. That's probably what I should say. All right, last piece here. Last little triangle to close it all up. I was honestly expecting that to not line up. Let's do this. Let's just make this all one big piece.
Yeah, I admire your dedication to this. This was a little in the weeds at times. It was good. And we only had one serious debacle where the pace and place didn't work. So by and large, I think it was a successful stream.
It was a learning opportunity in the end.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Nakatomi Plaza.
Don't forget to save.
Great call. Great call. All right, let's get these edges off.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hide. I will leave this in the drawing.
Yep.
Isn't it? How tall is this thing?
Oh, I had this pulled up earlier. Let me see. So the height is 492 feet.
Feet. 492 feet. Not inches. Okay. Yes, that's significantly bigger. So I'm going to grab all this, put it into its own group again. I'm going to scale it. We're going to grab a corner. That way it scales evenly.
Mm-hmm.
And then just come up and...
Yeah, I thought you were going to resize the whole model, but actually just drawing a straight line to the right height and scaling it appropriately is much easier. So
you'd think, but why is it? It's arguing with me over here. All right, let's try that again. Let's try from this side. Scale.
I think you want to get the center snap and then hold.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
There it is.
All right. Nice.
More sense. All right, we'll get rid of this edge.
Yeah, and I think Keki will be delighted that the diagonal edge that was at the top is now gone. So
let's do this. Let's take a look at some lighting options real quick, and we'll call it. I want to get the sun hitting. That's pretty good. Doesn't look like LA lights though. That's a little. Oh baby. Look at that. Look at that sunshine coming in. That's Die Hard 2 right there with the snow. I like that first one. That was pretty good. Okay. Yeah, this is where I could spend too much time.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually really like the clouds that you had before. I feel like I really like
which one it was now. Ooh, that blue's kind of
well, nice. If you don't you have the style saved to edges off if you were to re-click on the scene?
Yeah, but I only saved style, not environment. Learning opportunity. All right, this is the one. It's gonna be this one.
Nice.
Oh, that turned out pretty sweet.
That's
you know what
awesome.
I do have to do now though? I am gonna have to come in here and go to my styles, go to my face, and multiply my AO, so I do get that little bit of shadow. See the big difference between, because we have these cuts in here, the difference that like adding that amplified AO right here makes. So I get that crease shows up so much better. That
does look really good, yeah.
Yeah,
Randor 10 says, isn't it supposed to be at night? And yes, Randor, in the movie it is, but we have an interpretive modeling session here, and we decided to do the actual Fox Plaza during the daylight because that's the reference photos, and we also don't have light coming from within the building, so it would look pitch black.
All right, but there we go. Oh, you know what? Come here, String. Oh, I wonder. Let's see.
You're gonna throw a helicopter in the top.
Ooh, I was gonna look for Bruce Willis, but we could look for that too. Let's see how far we can.
Yeah. Okay.
We got some
Bruce Willis. There you go.
He's a pop, but that's okay. Well, yeah, we'll get this pop figure in here.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll put that right. Yes. Come here. Drop him right there to scale even.
Sure. And now look up Hans Gruber and see. Look at that guy. Love it.
All right, yeah. I don't know if Hans Gruber exists, but we'll try. Oh, nothing. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Gruber, right? That's right.
Well, I forgot about that bear graphic. That's fun. It was from our 3D base camp in Vancouver a couple of years ago. But yeah, we have a couple praises here in the comments. A lot of people saying that this was a great live stream and that it turned out amazing. So kudos to you, Aaron. You really brought it across the line.
Right.
Nice.
Same thing, basically.
Same thing, yes. Proof that Die Hard is a Harry Potter movie.
Somebody will be happy to see that.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly. So cool. But but yeah, we will, like we said, we're going to try to start getting into the habit of, when applicable, uploading these models into 3D Warehouse. I will put a link in the YouTube description and also on our forum. And yeah, you guys can play around. You can see how it was done. You can follow along, try to model it yourself. You can add exposure.
You can throw Alan Rickman off the roof.
That's right. You can do whatever you want. It's so nice.
There.
Wow.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this. This is a fun way to end out our year. We've had, I was going to look up how many live streams we did. I think it was 40 something live streams, which is pretty cool. So we only do this because we have such a great time hanging out with you all. So keep coming back. We'll keep doing them. And yeah, have a wonderful holiday season. A happy new year. We'll see you on the night. No, we'll see you. We will be back next week.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We
I tried to check out a week early.
I know. Tune in next week for a fantastic live stream. We have a very exciting guest, a big get for us. And so, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and also for all of the commentary on the plaza, or not the plaza, on the forum. It was really awesome to get some jokes in there, to get all of the architectural drawings, and yeah, the more that you guys interact with us, the better these streams are. So thank you very much for spending your time with us. And yeah, like Aaron said, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and stay safe. See ya.